So I need to replace the tailgate cables on my 57 Chevy. Now, I've looked on YouTube and I could not find anybody that gave me any information about how these things attach. I mean, I knew kind of how they attach, but I mean some detail. There is one elusive picture that's pretty notable of a guy with a Nomad, but the Nomad apparently is kind of different. So here's what I've discovered. So after being reluctant to take this interior piece off, I can clearly see that is definitely the thing to do, okay? Because I was unaware there is an access hole right there, and this being the back of the car here, there's an access hole right there. And there, I know there is a steel guide right in this corner that helps it turn the corner, but I was not aware there's an access hole there in which you can get to right there. And you can see the cable is right there, okay? Now, there is the retractor is right there. Let me zoom it in. Is right there laying out on that rusty piece. That's the retractor. So I was under the understanding, and based on this Nomad picture, that there was a body brace somewhere in the center here, and you had to thread that cable through that body brace. That would have went up and down. But looking in this car, that is not the case at all. It's a clear shot from this point all the way up to that retractor. In fact, if you close the tailgate and let the retractor pull up, it will pull the cable all the way up so that you can come in here on the passenger side and you can access that clevis right there and change the cable out, because that is the end of the cable right there. So you'll pop this little cotter pin out and take that pin right there out. You take that cotter pin out and pop that pin out, and that will come out. So I'm assuming, and I haven't got this far, but the cable will then unfasten from the tailgate and will pull through that guide and come out through here. So I will post that in a video number 2. But anyway, I can see right now that taking that back a piece of trim off is definitely a have-to way to go. I mean, I was thinking about reaching up underneath of the fender here on the bottom, reaching up there and pulling it down so I could get to that clevis. But that would have probably done some damage to that retractor, because I don't think it's tough enough to take that kind of pull. It basically is a metal steel band, very much like a tape measure, that pulls out spring-loaded, and it pulls out and it runs the entire length of this. So when the tailgate is fully down, the clevis ends up on that guide, stopping on that guide about right here, and there is a spring, then it hits that guide, and then the clevis is up ahead of it. So that spring adds a little a cushion, like if you drop the gate really abruptly. So at least on this is a 9-passenger wagon, and I think the 6 is the same. Now, I do believe the Nomad has a different length cable. The Danchuk makes this one here, and it's denotes with an A, meaning it's for the 6 and 9-passenger wagons. The one without the A is for the Nomad, so I understand. Anyway, that's how it works. I would glad I got something found out to put up, but anyway, I will make a second video when I unhook the cable from the trunk lid, from the tailgate. But anyway, I'm going to go up there and unhook that clevis and pull the cable out, and I'll probably update in a video part 2.